All right. We had hot best ball summer. We had the Piss Boys, 10 wide receiver draft summer. We had a 0 RB1. We had a hero RB1. We had a chasing Karain. Now it's our turn to shine. It is officially Scroll the F Down summer. Pete made it so with his sweet video the other day. And as you guys could see in the comments beside, if you are badged up, go ahead, click that sweet new icon we got, that Scroll the F Down icon in there. And we got merch in the store as well. So a lot of fun stuff for us. Love that we're going mainstream finally, Nez.
Finally, we've been just on it, with the takes and the bits, and we're finally here. Better late than never, as they say. But in all seriousness, great job by Pete. Of course, expect nothing less than great production from him in with his video and articulated everything that he did so well. And it's always nice to talk about a strategy whenever you end up winning some dailies money with it. So that's always helpful too.
No doubt, man. Yeah, I like that. That's actually pretty funny that he brings up the Tank Della one and stuff like that. I was like, it worked great for Pete this year. Didn't work so great for your boys.
It's hit or miss.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I love that. I love that we're starting out there. But let's just dive straight into the hoop slate today. Let's do some drafting today, Nez. It's Friday. I want to kick my feet up. I want to enjoy myself. I want to have some fun here. I want to rip some hoop drafts, and then hopefully we can fill a perfect game too in a little bit here. Lots of stuff.
Man.
All right. I respect that. There's a lot of fun stuff happening in MLB right now, like some young guys hitting tanks for days. Like we obviously had the Skeens versus Jackson Holiday last night. Was that last night? The night before?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah, last night he comes out throwing gas like that. Then you had the Jackson Holiday Grand Slam the other day. You had the Wyatt Langford Grand Slam last night. He's got 5 spring home runs. You had O'Neal Cruz had 5 spring home runs already. So lots of young, fun talent and stuff for us to talk through with that.
Yeah, I'm really excited. There's just so much young talent, like you said, in baseball right now. It might be a bit of a whiplash for people that aren't like super tuned in. I'm sure there's a lot of like Wyatt Langford is not a household name yet. There's Evan Carter, not a household name. A lot of young players like are going to make their emergence this season, and they're really good too. So baseball is in a good spot, despite the best efforts of the powers that be that, just do such a terrible job with it, but they've done some good things. So I'm really excited for this baseball season. Of course, I'm heavily invested in best ball, going to be doing dailies every single day. It's going to be a good season. I'm really excited.
Love it. With that being said, we'll jump in baseball after. Let's start with the hoops. Very interesting 6-game slate here. We just got the Clippers drop. But actually, before I actually start on the slate, we got to give some shout outs here, Nez, because we did primarily football on Wednesday, and we haven't had like a full show together since Monday. You just did solo ones there. I got to give a shout out to you. You won the crossover there the other night, and in a humble fashion, you didn't promote it and that sort of thing. You had a top 10 in there as well. Andy had a first and a third. I think that was Tuesday night. Indrius won the main. And then he was followed up by Fully Loaded and Najee, so 2 friends of the show there. All Day Ray split the main last night. NB Soul doing absolute work recently. Like he was all over it again last night. And then Drew McCaffrey was up there as well. So big shouts to that. And apologies if I missed anyone in the side contest. I've basically only been playing the main the last couple days there, but yeah.
Yeah, not a bad little week, ups and downs there, but we're back at it this today, and it's another goofy one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the whole slate was hinging on some Clippers news, and we got partial Clipper news with the injury report, more or less.
Right, which is that Kawhi is not on it, right? Which is very, very good. that was a little bit of a, question mark there. There was like a pseudo Q tag. It wasn't really there, but it was definitely baked in. And now with this Harden news, or lack thereof, questionable as expected, this one I think is like a true 50-50. I think you and I sort of are on different ends of what we think will happen. Yesterday, I didn't think that he was going to play. Didn't play. Now I'm still not sure.
Yeah, you were definitely right yesterday. I was shocked by yesterday. Just I know back spasms isn't necessarily something that can linger unless you're Jalen Smith. But I was really surprised that Kawhi played yesterday. Just after the whole scene, like he couldn't sit on the bench. He left the arena early, all that sort of stuff. And then they both had Q tags going into last night, and it's Harden who sits, not Kawhi. And whatever, but yeah, it's very
didn't
interesting.
Even matter for me. I crushed that.
Yeah,
like CLV. God, man, what a sham.
CLV's an inside job, man. Yeah, I got that one wrong last night, and then tonight I'm kind of on the other end with you. You're alluding to saying it's like 50-50. I just don't see how he plays now. You alluded to the Lou comments yesterday, or I guess the other day, where it was like they want to find rest spots for Harden. And this kind of doesn't feel like a rest spot. Last night kind of felt like they could get away with it. Tonight, this is a really important game for the standings. So yeah, I don't know. It's a true 50-50. I guess you're right there.
Yeah, it's interesting because I mean it was his first time ever resting while playing for the Pacers, which was like a bit of a surprise for me whenever I heard that.
First time resting playing for the Clippers. Okay, got it. Yeah.
I don't know why I said I've always got Pacers on the mind. Yeah, they take care of business against Chicago. There was like nothing to it there. This is a really big game for them. I mean, Pelicans are Pelicans continuing to play well, and they got to fend them off. So I could see this being like the James Harden is back thing. Like, it was really just kind of like there wasn't a true diagnosis on the shoulder, if I remember correctly. It was just like, it was a sore, or they did. So they are calling it a strain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really? Did he really strain his shoulder? Because if it's a real strain, then I don't think he plays. But the way they're talking about it, like they would have ruled him out. Like that's what's so weird.
Yeah. I want to say that the line has moved from a 5 to a 7.5 in favor of the Pels. So I don't know. That's just since open till now. So I don't know if that's a reflection of the injury report or if that's a reflection of them thinking Harden doesn't play because of said injury report. Just something I would throw out there in general. Yeah. And then the other thing is like this is what Nick's bringing up is like, does it really matter? Because he's freer than free and he goes in the 5th round. And if he plays, he's a smash, even if it's not the best matchup in the world. And even if he gets the Herb matchup, and even if he only got 32 minutes tonight, he's probably still a 5th round smash on this slate, right?
Yeah. And he's not even like going in the 5th anymore. With the people that are drafting right now, it's a lot of CSV uploaders. So you're seeing Harden go in the 4th like routinely.
Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Laces Out who joined up. Thank you for becoming a member. Gives you access to those behind the paywall streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. More of them to come in the future. Nez, I'm going to go ahead and bring up, where do you want to start? Injury report, ADP, or schedule and lineups?
Maybe injury report. That's kind of like the biggest thing going right now. 3 to 4 pretty major Q tags.
Let's do this one. I clicked the wrong. There we go. All right, cool. The Q tags in which you were alluding to, the Harden one, which we kind of just discussed ad nauseum. The Cade one. Cade has an ADP of 18 right now. Do you think Cade plays? Oh shoot, I'm zooming in the wrong tab here. Let's talk about the Cade situation. Just walk me through Cade.
Didn't play the 4th quarter. the other night, which was extremely tilting because I had a lot of Cade that night. That was 2 nights ago.
Naturally.
So they held him out of the 4th, and they gave him the early cue for injury management. And all that just makes me think that like he's not playing tonight. Like that just I'm just reading writing on the wall there. They didn't say that he sustained an injury that made them want to. I'm pretty sure it's very non-specific. Okay, left knee on this injury report here. All that to say is I'm fading Cade. If you are in the buzzer beaters right now, I have some auto drafts running, and Cade is not in my ranks. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm trying to get ahead of this because when Cade gets ruled out, I'll say if Cade gets ruled out, Jaden Ivey, I think, will be, get a pretty sizable bump.
Okay.
I don't know if like Sasser is totally in play for us today against the Heat, but he becomes like a swap candidate for sure.
Okay.
But
so
I love
trickle
Ivey
down.
tonight.
Okay, trickle down effects is Ivy moves up to like 5th or 4th round. He's not swap eligible for the K drafters because he's getting drafted in the 6th right now. So you get ahead of that, and then Sasser becomes the default swap for not default swap, but the swap that people gravitate toward.
Yeah, and even then there's like still some like decent options here because like Fontecchio is like in play as well. I mean, the matchup sucks, right? You don't really it's the Heat, so we're not like drooling over this matchup, but like Fontecchio is going to get a ton of minutes as well, which like, he becomes an option too.
Yeah, notable on both sides of this equation is both teams playing slower and better defensively since the All-Star break. So like as much as we used to want to just like target Detroit, it hasn't been as great a spot as it was pre-All-Star break. Now, does some of that change if Cade gets ruled out and whatever? Yeah, probably. But like, yeah, it's an interesting spot because it's like you want to get ahead of the closing line value of Ivy, but like I don't love it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only thing that is like positive about it is just, putting aside the matchup for a second and just thinking about like what Cade means to the Pistons and how much things change if Cade is off the floor. It's an entirely new team and everybody has entirely new roles. And I think it starts with Jaden Ivey. I think, he just becomes the, the main driver of that offense. I don't think that that's going to do much for Jalen Duren, but
yeah, what do you think of the Duren ADP right now? Because Duren's in like the 20s right there. He's like low 20, like 18 through 20 right now. I'll pull it. And
I'm splitting the middle between him and projections because if you're going to look at where projections have him ranked, it's like at the end of the 5th round, like ranked 29 or 30th, and you see that happen in drafts. I think the ADP is like clearly recency bias, like what you would really expect. But I don't think it should be that low, as low as it is.
It is 5th 2020 game of the season.
He's a monster.
Yeah, like he just has these explosion, he has these eruption spots, here and there.
Yep, and that was such a perfect spot against the Raptors because the game before that he totally busted because of foul trouble, and we love targeting the Raptors. So that was just like the stars aligned. But like I said, I don't think it mattered too much for me that week. I'm pretty sure.
We got another new member here. I'm gonna butcher this one for sure. I'm going Karinder Malley. Did I nail it?
Karinder Malley.
Nailed it. Thanks for joining up. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, don't worry, you're gonna learn yourself some MLB right after this. But he knows ball. He knows ball. Love it. Okay, cool. The Cade one there. I think it's noteworthy just to say that on the other side of this equation, Bam has a probable tag, not a definitive in, just for what it's worth. But I think we're both in assumption that Bam plays tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Then the last big injury spot to talk through is the Q tags on the Atlanta guys. Brogdon. Bogdan and Jalen Johnson.
Yeah.
And Jalen Johnson's missed multiple games here. Sadiq Bey tore his MCL or his ACL. He's done for the year. So there's some minutes going to be opening up there. They started Wesley Matthews the other night. Just I don't know, man.
Do they just hate DeAndre Hunter? Like, what the fuck is going on?
I think they're just like being super cautious with Hunter's like minutes, I guess. But like he's been back for a while. Like he's been back for like a month now. Like it's very strange. But the Matthews start, I don't know, maybe because they were playing the Blazers. I don't know. That was my only gal brain thought.
It's like it's so strange. It's so strange. I really have like no idea like what to make of it. Just I'm like they must just be smarter than me, because to me it just seems like the most obvious thing in the world. Like, oh yeah, DeAndre Hunter easily steps up, and it's not like he's playing small minutes either. He's playing like 30 minutes, a game. Mm-hmm. So why not just start him? But regardless, really like Bogdan tonight.
Okay. So you think he goes tonight?
I mean, he it doesn't cost you much to take him. And to me, he feels like a free square of 30 points, fantasy points, that is, if he goes. And if not, then you get a swap. Jalen Johnson is, I think, way like you don't see range of outcomes in projections. He probably has the largest range of outcomes today, in my opinion. And not a hot take, right? Coming off an injury. Don't really know what the minutes restriction is going to be like, if there is one at all. I would love to know like the history of players this season coming back off of like sprained ankles, like what the minutes restriction like looks like there. He's missed a ton of games.
I think they vary so much, like it's from one extreme to the other. I'll note what they said. I caught a little bit of ETR's show when I was walking the dog there, and I can't remember if it was Justin or Gallagher or Dink who said it, but they said to the effect that someone on Yahoo wrote a kind of like a glowing, I don't know what the phrasing was. They kind of like wrote like a glowing article about him returning, because they couldn't find anything online about starters jerseys or shoot arounds or anything like that. But there was like a mush piece to hype up Jalen Johnson on Yahoo, apparently. So
inside Jalen Johnson's relentless pursuit of NBA stardom, posted on March 14th.
Yeah. So
that is a puff piece, man. Holy shit.
That's the word I was looking for. Puff piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were kind of reading the tea leaves on that one, being like, he might play now because that's the inside track there. Anyways,
that is funny.
I've only done 6 drafts thus far, and I'm 6 for 6 on taking Jalen Johnson because of what you're talking about there. The range of outcomes in this matchup. We have a team that has been very bad defensively since the All-Star break in the Jazz. They're missing a lot of guard depth tonight. They're going to be missing Chris Dunn, who's a good defender, and Jordan Clarkson. And there are obviously missing Lauri Markkanen already. This looks like the circle your calendar, pace up shitty game of the night to go to, does it not?
Oh yeah, this game's gonna rock. I love it, and we're very blessed as well, because ETR doesn't think that Keontae Johnson or Keontae George. Jesus, I can't believe I just butchered Keontae George's my own son Keynote. They've got him below ADP in their projections, which like I love. Thank you for doing that, because I didn't want there to be a ton of people on Keontae George. I'm gonna have so much Keontae George. It's not even funny.
Okay. So do you think the minutes are safer for George or Sexton?
I mean, George, based on the way that they've been used in the past, I couldn't believe that they were giving Keontae George like 40 and 38 and things like that. And then Sexton's been more like 33.
Yeah, no, the reason I bring it up is I agree with you. Mm-hmm. And I think like just passing on Sexton, maybe not full fading him, but passing on Sexton at ADP to get Keontae George feels like pretty good to me right now.
Yeah, I have no problem. Like, just because we're dealing with a 6-game slate, a ton of shitty games, like I'll pair them both, like, I mean, it doesn't feel good, but I will happily do that, because I think this has the potential to explode. I mean, we saw Jazz Wizards last week. These two teams played. It was the best basketball game I've ever watched in my life. It was just pure hoops. Just nothing but just dudes just getting shots up and running the court. I think we're going to see something similar to that today.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I like the shout there. Does that bring THT into play for you in the 6th round?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think it's really sneaky.
Yeah. I don't think enough people I feel like sometimes when we do these like shitty games in quotations or like shitty depth role players, like we get so honed in on, and this isn't a shot at anybody or a shot at you or anything, but I'm just going to use it as an example. We get so honed in on like George and Collins, and then we just ignore the outlier scenario of like, oh, THT could just be that guy tonight. Is it less likely? Yes, of course. And that's why it's reflected in ADP. But there's no reason we shouldn't be mixing it. The same, I would say, applies to Jaden Ivey. If Cade doesn't go tonight, yeah, Jaden Ivey looks good. He looks decent. Like the matchup isn't the greatest in the world, as you alluded to. But I would take Simone Fontecchio in the 6th round at lower ownership than 100% own Jaden Ivey, right?
Yeah. I agree with that. THT also just has like that range of outcomes of, him deciding it's THT time and just chucking. I think we get that. Go ahead.
No, he could be last night's Bones Highland. Yeah. And like I asked you mid-afternoon, I was like, are you swapping to Bones? Are you drafting Bones? And I was like pretty in on the idea. I only ended up I did 60 drafts last night. I only drafted him 3 times. So I didn't go crazy with it. But like when you just talk about player archetypes, like from the I know ball like lens, those are the kind of guys in the 6th round. When a backup center just jumps in, like Zach Collins, for instance, if we got Wemby ruled out or whatever, and Zach Collins jumps in, can Zach Collins play 28 minutes and give us 40 fantasy points? Absolutely. Can Daniel Gafford do the same thing? Absolutely. But is there a range of outcome that is like shoot the moon with guys like THT and Bones Highland and this player archetype comparatively? I think yes. And those are the kind of guys I'm looking to like take big swings on in the 6th round.
Yeah, and I think that makes sense, especially today. I was going to say last shout for the Jazz is my boy Taylor Hendricks is likely to come back today. Not a big usage guy, but with so many people out, he has the chance to just see the floor a ton because he can get boards, and he's like a more versatile defender than Kessler. But the minutes, another wide range of outcomes as far as like what the minutes will be there, but he's a gamer, man. He can, he can easily find his way to 10 boards and a couple stocks. Could be what you need in the 6th tonight.
Do you, that being said, do you have any interest in Kessler tonight?
A little, like, yeah. I could sprinkle him in here and there, but he just seems like so capped as far as minutes go, especially
there's a chance. Yeah, there's a chance both teams play small tonight in that game. Like you could play, if you get Jalen Johnson back in, you can run Jalen Johnson at the 5. Capella's minutes get cut down. Then you don't want to go big on the other side with Kessler because you don't want to play Kessler versus Johnson. And then they go.
Like they have Capella, obviously, but.
Yeah, I'm thinking through the lens that like Capella could get cut because Johnson plays the 5 like a bit. That was kind of like my gal brain. I don't think it's necessarily overly likely. I just think it's like range outcomes. I wanted to talk about Emmanuel quickly. We saw him kind of like an explosion game last time out. He was illness tag. Then RJ gets ruled out for the personal stuff. Lost his brother. That's such a shame. So brutal. Yeah, and then there's basically Olynyk, Bruce Brown, Emmanuel quickly. Orlando, not the best matchup in the world here. I thought the price tag on quickly was a little high today, and that's why I put him on the cover. And I thought I was taking George and Kawhi over him. That was just kind of like where I was going with it. That being Paul George, not Keontae George, just for the record, I guess. Those two I was taking over. That's why I put him on the cover, not necessarily a ringing endorsement. What do you think about IQ today?
Yeah, I'm a little light on him today, and I don't. Let me see where. I mean, projections are not like overly bearish on him, but I'm with you. Like the matchup, I think is slightly worrisome against the Magic, and the Raptors are just so bad right now. Like I love the Magic side of this game so much more.
Yeah, me too.
And like you said, when you're on the clock and you're staring at IQ versus Kawhi in like a really big game, or
Kawhi's
even
ADP
like,
is going to be fake now. I
yeah,
think. Yeah.
you would think, right? Especially Jimmy, Sexton. Like it's hard for me to like. I think Sexton versus IQ is a bit of a toss up. I don't want to like double count or put too much weight on the matchup because like he is like the only guy in town right now in Toronto.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm light on him at the moment, so I'm hoping that he
Okay.
can fall a little bit so I can correct that because that's one of my various sons.
Any love for Bruce Brown in the 6th round or something like that?
I mean, not yet, but
Okay.
like he played a big role last game. I mean, he's probably going to play a lot of minutes again. It's just like, the matchup isn't like particularly awesome, but yeah, he's going to play like 35 minutes. Yeah, he's definitely draftable. The 6th round is pretty vast today, which makes it tough.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Paid asking the front end of the draft board here. We haven't even touched on this game yet, but we got Joker versus Wemby tonight, so that's a big that's just gonna be fun viewing experience there. But thoughts on DeJounte over Wemby tonight?
I'm taking Wemby, but I can't blame anybody for wanting to do DeJounte there. I think it's pretty split at the moment because I mean you see it's 1, 2, 3 there, but projections have them like dead even, and I mean as far as the
DeJounte roll is going to
matchup
be
goes,
so massive.
I know, right? Like you think about like what DeJounte like his usage right now in this matchup, like I think I'm gonna end up like kind of flip flopping the two
Okay.
because if I mean just like you said, this matchup, the role, DeJounte could go ape shit tonight. And I mean, so could Wemby. That's the whole point. Is like Wemby could also go off as well. Like he can his pick 'em for blocks is probably like 4. Like it's insane what he does.
Yeah. Who do you think gets the Wemby assignment? Do you think it's Joker versus Wemby, or do you think it's Aaron Gordon? Because I think it's Aaron Gordon.
You do?
Yeah, I think everybody wants it to be the other way around. I think Wemby will pick up Joker on their side of the floor and he'll get cooked. And then I think on the other side, I think Aaron Gordon plays Wemby.
Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't really like thought about it. I kind of just assumed it would be like Joker because I didn't know who else would really be guarding. Who else Joker would guard, I guess. I wasn't really sure. But I could also see it being Aaron Gordon for sure. Like it's obviously like one of those two.
Yeah. Amac saying we got a John Collins revenge game.
Oh yeah.
Here. I don't know how much revenge you can have in your heart for a team that gave you an ill-advised supermax deal.
What's the opposite of a revenge game? Like
give you an ill-advised supermax deal and then trade you somewhere that will actually play you. Like
I think that's a thank you game. Like that's
this is my heart's warm and full game. Thank you so much.
the generational wealth that I've been given. Thanks you.
I got 2 notes on Spurs and Nuggets. Keldon Johnson coming back from an illness, so just be a little bit mindful that maybe minutes there. He's been playing off the bench, so I don't know. He's probably not even in play for us, though, that I played a bit of him last time out there. There was that one. And then Jamal, don't be fooled by the box score. His minutes were down 31 there. He only put up the 26 point there. There was a big story the second unit with Christian Brown and Reggie Jackson was cooking, and they were cooking without Jamal on the floor. And then Jamal went to the scorer's table to sub in. It was Jamal and somebody else. I don't know. There was a story on it, but they went to sub in, and then they basically told Michael Malone, "No, man, these guys are cooking. Let them close instead of us." So,
Come on, where's the pride? Get your ass in the game.
I love it. No, man, I love that so much. You know your boys are going good, and you're a starter, and you just say like, "Let the boys keep going."
Yeah,
I love
cool.
that as a teammate. That's sweet. He didn't want the money. He loves the grind.
That's right.
Remember me game. There you go. Nick's got it there. Yeah, Keldon Johnson's low key, man, but I do think his minutes could be capped tonight. I legitimately think the minutes could be capped.
I'm not like stoked to play Keldon Johnson on any slate, let alone against the Nuggets. So like I'm okay. Personally.
Yeah, take your shots on THT instead of Keldon Johnson tonight. That would be my stamp of approval. Okay, Nez, anybody else you want to hit on, or can we start ripping some drafts? I guess we could hit on.
We could probably just hot. Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say we could hit on Phoenix real quick because their injury report came up clean after their game versus Celtics last night. They got the lights. The Celtics shot the lights out on them last night on national TV there, and man, they couldn't miss from three. But Nurk got cooked on one end of the floor and then cooked on the offensive boards on the other side. It was a Al Horford resurgence night game versus him, but he ended up with like 20 boards. And you know our thesis about playing centers versus Charlotte, but Nurk's minutes have always trended low in back-to-backs. So I'm a little worrisome at his ADP right now, and I was pushing up the tier behind. I was pushing up the Terry matchup, and I was pushing up the Jalen Johnson matchup over Nurk, but Nurk has killed me before. And then the Beal one could be a Beal spot tonight in general, though I'm a little more apprehensive with Eric Gordon coming back.
Yeah, Beal projections do not like Beal. They've got him like 8 spots behind where he's currently going. Nurk, man, Nurk just continues to kill me. 20 boards last night. I mean, if you were to tell me that, hey, the Celtics are going to make half their shots and he's got Horford on him, like, oh yeah, like I'll probably pass on Nurkic, but nope, 20 boards. Good spot here, but hard for me to not take Harden and Jalen Johnson over him. So I'm pretty light on Nurkic, but it's the Hornets. So it's, it's a good play. If that's what you want to do it. Mm-hmm. But I'm probably going to be light until ADP changes.
Hornets low-key better with Man and Micic there, and since the All-Star break on the defensive end. They're playing a little bit slower, and they've been a little bit better on the defensive end. Just caveat, throw that one out there. Why are we not talking about grade A Dick? I played a little bit of him the other night when he was in the starting lineup. By that I mean like 2 or 3 times in the 6th round. Man, that guy jacked up some ugly air balls. I was watching a little bit of it. He jacked up one at the end of the quarter that was like a little bit rushed, but not rushed enough to be as ugly a shot as it was. He's a stat stuffer though, man. Like when he's out there, he's doing a little bit of everything. Yeah, but yes, Grady Dick jacked up.
Yeah, I'm probably okay on that.
Yeah.
I'm one of the lowest team totals on today. I mean, there's like 3 teams with 104 team totals. Yeah, I need more. He needs like more runway. Like we need Gary Trent out for Grady to get that.
For what it's worth, I think Gary Trent. I think they're quiet quitting. The Raptors are quiet quitting right now. There's been some talk about how they have a 1st round protected pick. I think associated with the Pirtle deal. Yeah. And if they fall into like the bottom 6, I think it's bottom 5 or 6, then that pick's protected and they don't have to give it up. I think they're quiet quitting, and these Q tags for the Raptors, I mean, they're running out of bodies, let's be real here, but I think they're quiet quitting, and these Q tags are going to turn to out tags more frequently than they're going to turn to in tags.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, top 6 protected versus the Spurs. There you go. Thank you, Sags. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to draft Grady Dick today.
That's the long-winded way of saying not Grady Dick Day.
No thanks.
I mean, he's probably a redacted play. He's probably a little too thin for us.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump in the main.
About time. We got our late game on here today. It was, I think some other sites have that one chopped off, but I'm glad that we get to. If we didn't have Hawks Jazz tonight, I'd be crushed.
Yeah, I mean, the 6-game slate, redacted site tonight is no late swap, so it plays nicely that we're the only game in town that has the late swap eligibility for that late game, because that would be a very hard game to play without late swap.
Mm-hmm.
No, you know the drill, my man.
Mm.
You know the drill. We're going to try and fill the perfect game. If we don't fill it, be ready in the dinger lobby for the next one.
Yeah, the perfect game is going to fill. I don't want to cause a mad rush, but today.
Ooh.
I mean, it has 10 more drafts left, 10 more lobbies left.
Oh, wow. I got to get in all 10.
It's 20 max, baby.
It's 20 max. I thought it was 15.
20. I'm saving one of my bullets.
Oh man, look at you trying to make me draft the perfect game while you're hoarding bullets over here. Son of a bitch.
I might do something fun. We'll see.
There you go. Copper Prices takes DeJounte there. I think we can have a debate at 4 today. The Phoenix spot is obviously good. Which of the ones do you prefer? But there's a lot of mouths to feed. Zion with the handling role. Who do you like, Nez?
I'm KD.
Okay. I think you could fight me. I mean, Clippers aren't the best spot in the world, but that Zion handling rule's got me excited, man.
Well, we've been seeing it, I mean, he's awesome, and projections I think have finally adjusted to it. I think if this was like the last time Zion played, which was 2 nights ago, that crazy slate, I was super high on him. And first round of projections came out, and he was a 2nd round pick. It was ranked 14. And I'm like, this needs to change. And now we have today, and we have Zion ranked dead even with Bam by what I have, and he's a 1-2 turn pick. It's finally being recognized, the weight that Zion carries. No pun intended there.
No, I was about to say Golden Corrals himself over there. Yeah,
man. He's awesome, and this is a really, really big game. So I mean, this is gonna be dope, man. There's not a lot of people that can stop Zion Williamson. They just nothing you can really do about that.
Okay, I think this is kind of par for the course right now. People like the Paulo spot a lot. This is where I would push up Kawhi.
Okay, that's interesting. I would go do it.
Okay, who do you like better than Kawhi here?
I'm debating between Miles Bridges and Jamal Murray here, and
okay.
Yeah,
the Murray
really like
nice.
Jamal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He feels super, super safe. I would be shocked if he didn't get to 40 points tonight.
If Harden is in tonight, where do you rank Kawhi?
Probably, I mean, that's a dock, right? I don't think that that doesn't boost Kawhi if Harden is in, right?
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah, if Kawhi is in, well, this trap's getting fucking tossed.
Oh, this guy just took Gary Trent for some reason.
The cops, can you hear the cops coming for him?
Yeah. Then he
Then
takes
he takes.
Butler.
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
Well, I guess
Bizarre.
we'll see.
He just wants to swap.
Yeah.
Sexton or George?
Sexton. So I guess to answer your question, I would probably put Kawhi at like the 2-3 turn.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So he stays where he is. He's appropriately priced. So this is my thought process. If we build a team right now where we think Harden's out, where does Kawhi go up to? He goes up to like 6 or 7, right?
So yes. Yeah. Right now Kawhi is separated by half a point from the guy ahead of him, and the guy like it's not going to take much for him to get that boost that he needs to be at that pick, right? Like there's all he needs to do is go up 1.5 in projection, and now he's a 1-2 turn projected player.
That's kind of what I think. You were talking there, so I just took Jalen Johnson and pushed Kelly Olynyk down.
Yeah, Kelly O's usage I think is being a little underrated, but he's gonna like nobody's taking him at ADP.
Yeah. Do you like Kelly O here, or do you prefer the Franz side? Franz has been playing pretty bad recently. You could talk me into Brandon Miller.
I would probably be Franz, but Kelly O, I think like there's nobody there in Toronto. Like this feels fine. Pick 28. Like I think you can do Kelly O.
Okay. And are we gonna select your favorite 6th rounder with this next one?
If he makes it.
Blake's all over it. Kelly O can always split a slate wide open. That is a deep cut there from an OG.
God, that story.
Sam Wilson's on it. The 2nd round swap, the new meta. Make sure you get that primo swap with Harris.
Nice.
Ivy comes back to us. Is he still your favorite 6th round pick here, or do you prefer Michael Porter, Aaron Gordon, Micic? I think deserves some 6th round consideration today.
Yeah, I kind of have to wait for Trey Mann for Micic.
Yeah,
Ivy for sure.
Okay, I think he has value with or without Trey Mann in. Like he just, Trey Mann was in last game and he still went 25 with 8 assists, put up 41 fantasy points.
Good point.
He's got good handling rule regardless. He's kind of in that starting one. Fontecchio Bones primarily as a swap only if Harden's out. We could have done THT there. What do you think about Suggs tonight?
I like Suggs a lot. This is
Suggs
against. I mean, anybody against the Raptors is fun. Is fun to me. He could easily be the 40-point scorer or fantasy point scorer for the Magic tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Trey Mann has no injury tag. You're right, Nick. Yeah.
Nice. Here we go. See what we can do with this Jokic pick.
Yeah, I saw this one too last night. There was a Booker, KD, Kyrie, and Ayton team that didn't the
Ayton run out was pretty funny.
What happened?
I meant not necessarily like how it played out. I was just thinking like in the context of like projections versus like ADP. ADP was like, yes, like look at the box scores, look at the minutes. Like, what are you doing? Draft DeAndre Ayton. Projections are like, no, there's other guys that are better plays than him. And CSV uploaders took the fattest L because, it's the bell curve meme. It's just like you got your dunce caps over here telling you to draft DeAndre Ayton. You got your shrouds over here telling you to draft DeAndre Ayton. And then you got the bell curve in the middle saying, no, you don't understand. He's playing the Knicks. They play slow. You can't draft him. These other guys are better plays. And Ayton smashed because it's dominating season.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Lots of things going on in the chat right now. I want to hit on Jokic. there is some narrative that they're going to find some rest for him and limit his minutes. And as much as they want to win the 1 seed, they want to cap his minutes, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't fucking matter tonight because he's the 101. It doesn't matter. But it's just put that on people's radar for the future when we're dealing with a slate with Luka, Joker, and Giannis, and they're playing a soft opponent with a 11-point spread. I'll just throw that out into the universe. All right.
Interesting.
Yeah. Big Ass Ryan asking when the perfect game draft is. It is going to be right after this. So go ahead and join up that lobby and we will be joining in there shortly. Julian saying Michael Gallup got cut. Cowboys haven't done much. Sags asking about the Garrett Cole take. It has not come yet. We're going to save that for when we start talking about the first round of that draft there.
Yeah, RIP. This is really surprising. This
Paulo
is
comes all the way back
really
to
surprising. Getting Paolo
Nice.
and Jimmy here is unbelievable.
We got ourselves a GM on stream.
So what the hell happened?
So do you like Jimmy more than Kawhi tonight?
Yeah.
Interesting. Because I'd take Kawhi here.
I think they're probably like pretty similar plays if Harden is out. You're crazy.
Out?
You have to take Jimmy here.
If Harden is in, they're similar plays. If Harden is out, Kawhi's a way better play.
Jimmy's a better play if Harden is in.
Okay, maybe that's where we differ.
What's going on there, by the way? What's Frank doing? The pick 17 there. He went Sexton. Who else did he take?
Jamal Murray.
What the fuck is going on, man?
Flipping the board, baby.
This is going to be a true test.
Get your guys season.
You need to remember this draft and see what happens here. Because this is going to be interesting.
Kiwi Cat saying that he likes this room.
I'm sure he does.
This will be the telltale pick.
John Collins. I mean, it's still fine.
It is fine.
Like it's awful, but it's fine.
Is this for real? Did this all just happen? Mason Rudolph to the Titans, Kenny Pickett to the Eagles?
Kenny Pickett is an Eagle.
Holy shit.
That actually happened.
He's got small hands.
I'm so glad he's out of here, dude. Get this bum off my goddamn team. So he stinks, dude. He stinks at football.
Yo, what if the Steelers make a move for Fields now and they just go Russ and Fields?
That would be fantastic. I would love that.
That'd be sick.
I would love that. I'm wondering. Nah. It's too crazy. It's too crazy.
Daniel said he had the same start last night. Let's see how you differentiate. Okay, Jalen Johnson for sure for me right here. Okay. And do you think Harden plays?
He's the pick here. I don't think it matters.
All right. It doesn't matter if he plays or not. He's still the pick. We still get that.
You have to swap. You have to. This team is ridiculous.
All right. Are we the exact same right now? Daniel's saying we're the exact same through 5 right now. Don't dupe me, bro. Don't dupe me.
I ran a couple autos before I went to bed, and the best thing that I had, nothing too crazy. I had a Joker, Jimmy, IQ, Keontae, Brandon Miller, and then CJ McCollum, which, man, I miss the old CJ.
Yeah, well, CJ's handling role is just now gone with the Zion stuff.
Yeah, and he's like,
it's point Zion season.
Yeah, it's for the best.
Rick, the Kiwi Cat, asking us to gal brain it up here. If I see 5 scroll the F downs in the chat, you know what's coming.
No,
put them in there.
Do it. Do it. Completely mush this team so that way
Put the scrolly F downs in the chat right now.
You'll make Neumy so happy if you just completely mush this team.
If I don't see scrolly F downs in the chat, I ain't scrolling. I'm playing the hits. Show me those emotes.
Yeah, do people even know we've got them?
Oh my god, we got it. Ivy back. This team is the nuts, man. I can't not take Ivy. I was gonna take THT and scroll. This is Ivy. I'm a coward.
Congratulations, John. Don't spend it all in one place.
Trap from the top, you fish. Oh man, I love this community.
That's fantastic, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, Bones would have been so alpha. With the 2 Q tags on there, I mean, we're just getting Bones in there anyways.
Exactly. Bones and
and THT. That team's turning into Ivy, Bones, THT, and then what was the start? Paulo, Joker, and someone.
Yeah, I can't remember because that team is just all that team won.
Oh man, GM. All right, I'm doing it. I'm trying my very best here. Perfect game, 100 USD.
Look at that
play.
fill rate, man.
Oh, one person.
Dude,
we need one. Oh my goodness, stop, Phil.
And then as soon as this fills, like the dinger is going to fill so fast, like
101.
It's coming. This dude runs so pure.
Dude, we just got the absolute nuts, and then we run 101 here. Let's go.
Man, I need to take a second here while you think about what pick this is. Give me 1 second.
Oh baby,
think long and hard about what you're gonna do here.
Yeah, I'm a little shook about Acuna's knee.
He's gonna play, right? I mean, is he gonna take Judge actually?
Yeah, Judge I've been seeing fall a bit in these dingers. All right, what do we got here? We got Dusty in here. We got Bretta in here. We got Samuelson. We got Wu-Tang Killer Bees. We got Big Ass Ryan. Ahmed Rosario. Holy smokes. Zandamir. He's a 1-week season guy. Oh, man. I've seen him in the baseball streets more recently. He does a lot of the football and showdown stuff there. Yeah, Blake. Nobody runs pure, baby. We got to bring back the nobody runs pure mantra. That's a throwback. I used to say that all the time because nobody did run pure back in the day. Now you guys are too smart for me, and you guys are winning all the time, and I'm not. Noah hates watching this. It hits the nuts in the daily, and now I'm gonna draft the winner over here in the perfect game. Love it, man. Lots of moving pieces right now. I don't know. What do you guys think? Aaron Judge FUD has been taking place in the first round. That's for damn sure. I don't think he should be falling as far as he is, but I mean, I haven't seen him go past 7, to be fair. But yeah. Otani's officially flipped him. Let's see if Betts goes in front of him here. Yep. There's some big Aaron Judge toe FUD right now. That's pretty crazy.
Damn, man. I can't believe you went Acuna.
Yeah, had to do it, man. Had to do it. Wow, Julio goes ahead there too. Wu-Tang Killer Bees with the Judge decision at 6.
The Judge FUD is insane.
Yeah, man, it keeps going.
I don't know.
Tatis. Oh, Judge then Tatis. There you go. Yeah, man, this is the other one. So there's lots of I got lots of notes on the side here. We could talk about it as they come up there. But Adam Duvall, lefty killer, signing for like a platoon. It's been evergreen for so long, Nez, as a Mariners fan, that Jared Kelenic kills it in spring. This year, he's not killing it in spring. Does that mean he's going to kill it in the regular season?
I think so. Right? Isn't that? I mean,
Flip
that's
the
just
narrative.
the flow chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Duvall signing is pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I mean, right-handed Eddie Rosario.
Yeah,
that's the replacement they needed. That's the platoon outfield. They lost Kevin Pillar last year, even though he barely played. But like Kevin Pillar was that right side platoon at times for some of their left-handed outfielder, primarily for Rosario actually. But yeah, I don't know. It feels good. That feels good. And like, despite what people say, like Duvall's glove is actually good. Like from a defensive metric standpoint, you don't think of him as like a good defense guy. His last year in Atlanta, he was like top 5 in defensive runs saved for like a center fielder.
Yeah, he wasn't too bad for the Red Sox last year.
And I would take that with a grain of salt because he had to learn the wall and he was hurt.
Right. I mean, he was a 2-WAR player last year in less than 100 games.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Kind of shocking he was so cheap.
It's a nice that's a nice like just good, like the equivalent of like oatmeal baseball player, but like just like a good baseball signing. I don't know what the term is. Like our equivalent of like Joshua Palmer. You know? Like it's just
right.
like he's a good professional wide receiver. Like that mantra, that's what like Adam Duvall is. Good professional hitter.
Yeah. So he'll probably, like you said, platoon with Kelenic. Most likely there.
I think they'll give Kelenic every chance in the world to hold the job as long as he can. Yeah. And they'll probably play him against like some lefties at the start of the year. And then once they see how ass he is versus lefties, they'll just, okay, no.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah, Kelenic falls like big time now. He's a troublesome one for me. I don't really know what to do with him. And that is basically equated to me just like never really taking Jared Kelenic.
Yeah, I basically have none. I took him in one slow, I think.
Yeah, I don't like. Obviously, like he could have himself like a pretty nice season, but
he's just. I've watched too much Jared Kelenic to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think this signing kind of definitely obviously pours cold water on that outlook too.
Here's a deep cut comp. I got 2, but here. Okay, no, I'll just go with 1 because the other one's too deep. Brett Lowry. Is the Jared Kelenic comp. Where the prospect pedigree, the hype, the aura around him, the one good season or one little flashes here and there outweighs what he's actually able to do.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah.
That is a real deep cut.
And that wasn't even the deep cut. I was going to go cross sport even deeper than that.
Oh my God.
Vlad comes all the way back. I like Vlad, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. You could sell me this pen on Turner, Vlad, Devers, or doing an Atlanta thing.
I like Vlad, and okay. I was gloating in the baseball chat today because if you expand Seager's blurb, I believe it says he's likely to play opening day, and I've got 28% Corey Seager.
I don't want to take Seager instead of one of these two though here. Turner or Devers? Yeah, let's take Turner. I always take Devers.
Yeah, I'm fully in on Seager. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's definitely reason to be, and I love the optimism for opening day, and I love that he was like basically the greatest WRC plus shortstop almost ever last season. There, I just think there's so many combos of Seager that exist in the 4th round and stuff like that playing into like the chalk Seager side of the board when the first draft window was right there. I want to take advantage of a little bit of that ADP fall on Turner instead.
Yeah, I wasn't fortunate enough to get any 4th round Seager just because I don't let that happen. If he's there for me in the 3rd, I'm taking him.
I have 1 6th round share in Dinger.
That's crazy.
Yeah. During
Yeah,
that,
I do a lot of
there was like
Adolis and a lot of Seager pairings.
there was a big see, I have basically no Adolis. That's if I do
No
that
one
on this
does.
side of the if I do that on this side of the board, I do it with Simeon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that too.
It's interesting to see Michael Harris's ADP shooting up. Do you think that's because the Cunha drafter pushes him up?
Potentially. I think it's just also a product of like being a left-handed bat for the Braves too. But I'm like in the middle of the pack on Harris. I'm not like super bullish as far as my exposures go. But yeah, I mean the Braves and the Rangers are you can't go wrong there. And I mean, dude, this Rangers lineup is going to be ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be absolutely ridiculous.
You think there's any way that some combination of Carter and Wyatt gets squeezed?
No chance.
They just play through it.
Play through what?
Like it struggles and stuff like that.
Dave, I mean, I don't know who can squeeze them out of like Travis Jankowski squeezing anybody out of like plate appearances.
Probably Ezekiel Duran and Leody Tavares. That'd probably be the only way.
I think what works in Langford's favor at the moment, because Carter's playing. Langford is like their DH. And what works in his favor, in my opinion, is like Nate Lowe's injury is like he's out for like a good bit, like probably the first month of the season. So like that kind of gives him a little more grace because now that's he's out and they've got like Foscue playing first base for the time being. Not a bad bat in his own right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't. I'm fully Langford pilled. I'm in on the hype along with everybody else, but I've been curbing my drafting of him lately because he's flying up boards, man, just like we expected it.
Yeah. Interesting. I don't know.
It's
I'm
a combination
of
how good this team is too. I mean,
well, that's kind of like my macro sentiment is like if you have a like I'm more bullish in like letting teams play through struggles when they're not contending, and like Baltimore has aspirations of like contending, and the Rangers obviously won last year, aspirations of contending. Will they be more like diligent with ensuring that if a rookie struggles early that they get productive ABs and send them down? That's kind of like my thing was like, because I was thinking about it through the lens of Colton Cowser more, where it's like people are getting excited that he might make the opening day roster and whatever, and like Jackson Morrell's not in our player pool and he's going to be on the Korea roster and presumably the opening day roster once they come back for starting in center field for the Padres. Like those two, like he seems like, oh, they'll just play through it and San Diego can be bad and they have no one else to replace him with. That was kind of where I was getting like my mindset from, was like if a team's really good, they're more apprehensive to not let these guys struggle at the big league level. I don't know. I'm not even sure if I believe it. I'm just kind of like putting it out there and asking.
Yeah. I mean, it's in the range of outcomes that doesn't exist for other players that go in that range. I think that's a fact. But yeah, we're full steam ahead. And what is even the ADP now on Langford? I
think it was 83 or something.
Man,
84.3.
Okay, nice. That's still scoop worthy. Now we saw Garrett Cole go like way late in the last time that we did a draft together, and I've
Yeah,
seen him continue to go in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, on Monday we saw him go late. I don't know where are you comfortable taking him. We could have that call. Oh, fucking Ahmed Rosario takes both. Julian. Okay, let's talk about this. Do we take Cole, or is it not soon enough?
No, not yet. I like
Okay.
Nimmo.
I'm not taking Nimmo. It's gonna be Springer or Castellano. Or
Better hurry. Okay.
Yeah, let's take Springer because it stacks. I'm not taking Nimmo on a team ever, but like I'm not taking Nimmo on a team where I have stack partners in Springer and Castellanos. Manny Machado for me or someone else. Who do you like?
Castellanos stacks or
You prefer that to Manny?
Take your pick.
Like Manny. Once we get one outfielder that stacks, I like Manny more than taking a.
You can kind of use Acuna as a way to get firepower elsewhere too, because he's like 1.5 outfielders. So might as well load up elsewhere.
Sam bringing up an interesting point here that he thinks everybody's just kind of out on early pitcher now because of the Cole injury.
It's definitely playing a part. Like I think you can see. I think you haven't really seen a ton of it just because the first run of outfield is so strong. But Strider could get some like movement up because that just like he just separates even more now, right?
I think it's probably a combination of the Cole injury and it's a combination of like it's really hard to separate the next tier.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Gausman too.
Yeah, with the fatigue, Gausman's going to miss opening day. So
Wheeler and I mean like after that, then you have Burns who's had a terrible spring.
Yeah.
Like should it matter? No.
And he's so bad that Henry Davis homered off of him.
Shut up. And then Yoshi too. I mean, like I'm surprised that Yoshi isn't getting a bit of a bump, but I thought his velo was going to be higher.
Yeah.
And now I'm like I don't know, man.
He looked pretty good against Mariners the other day.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of that the first inning there. One guy I had on my list to talk about was Shota. Had 9 Ks in 4 1/3. Last time out, looked really good. I can't remember who they were playing, but it was big league lineup for the majority of it.
Yeah, he's a fun one, I think. He's like the price is great on him in drafts and showcasing some of the case stuff, even though it's spring, hard to not get a little excited about, it's better than not seeing it. So
right. Yeah, it's kind of like the inverse of what Julian's alluding to is like Yamamoto getting shelved. Like he got hit pretty hard and it's keeping the steam down opposed to up. Like when I was just watching, I was like, yo, this stuff looks pretty nice.
Yeah,
he looked really
good,
nice the other day.
Yeah, he's got a pretty interesting delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at his velocity because I don't want to say the wrong thing. 90, 95. I think he was sitting.
Rock solid.
Yeah, it's above average for starters for sure.
Jazz goes there.
Gausman all the way to Dusty there at 58.
Yeah. Who's the safest of like the second tier ace? Non-Strider, I guess non-Burns, just because of ADP. Who's the safest of like SP 5 or SP like 4 through SP 20? Who's the safest?
So this includes like Wheeler, Castillo. Castillo seems really safe.
I think it's Castillo.
Mm-hmm. I think Wheeler's pretty safe as well.
Yeah. Wheeler or Castillo. Now, who has the highest ceiling in that
Glass
range?
now.
Yeah.
Definitely Glass now. Let's say Glass now does the unthinkable and throws 180 innings.
He's Strider.
He's the Cy Young.
Yeah.
Like running away with it.
I don't know necessarily because he's got Strider to deal with. If he was in the
He
AL, I would
does.
say
He
he's
does.
the Cy Young, but
I just think that writers have been like waiting for it, and it's gonna be damn close.
Neil Cruz pushing up there, 67.
Cruz is on the rise big time, and of course, our boy Matt takes him. I wish I have a lot of O'Neal Cruz, and I wish I had even more.
O'Neal Cruz or Royce Lewis this year?
Cruz.
I agree with you. I've been kind of out on Royce Lewis.
I
There
know
goes
Easy
Garrett
loves
Cole.
him, but damn.
Garrett Cole
That's a good
falls all
spot
the
for
way
Cole
to
here.
69.
This is
Nice.
4 out of 12 advance. So that's a pretty good spot for Garrett Cole. You can and I am. Do you think that the news on Cole is bullish?
I thought so. No tear?
I thought it was very bullish.
Fuck. Ahmed Rosario is just sniping us all over the place. I was like, yo, this is the sick roster for the C-Snell combo here. I love this.
Do you still want to do Snell?
I still want to do Snell, and then I want to do either Grayson or Logan, I think. Unless you know where somebody else.
No, you know where I stand, man. I'm a Grayson bull.
All right, let's do Grayson then. This is like one of my favorite starts from like the 101 when you start with like 5 hitters. I get one of those Toronto minis. I like it more with Bo than Springer. I get one of those Toronto minis, and then I get the C Snell come back to me. And I'm like, because what we're talking about, and I kind of was like I was leading the witness a little bit here when I was asking you like who's got the ceiling, who's got the safety in this range, as I view this pitching tier from like round 3 to like round 6 or 7, like not that far. So just give me like different, like just give me the end of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully it plays out like that, because that's where I live, man. Like great, my top pitchers. Kyle Harrison quickly became one of my highest drafted pitchers, but Grayson, Keller, Musgrove, Reagans.
Yeah, Reagan's another one that fits that mold. Mine's gonna be Scooball. Scooball's gonna be up there for me. Scooball looks nice in spring, and he's pumping. Yeah. And the playoff schedule is nice, and that park's nice. Injury history isn't, but
yeah, he's got a lot to be excited about. Yeah, man. After that, like my drafted percentage quickly drops off after Reagan's, but Christopher Sanchez is like making his way into my top drafted. So is Bryce Miller. I'm starting to draft Bryce Miller, but like way ahead of ADP, just because of the way that drafts are breaking right now. Like all my favorite plays are getting like priced up, but I can still get the 20th rounders that I like in the 20th round.
Right. Yeah. You could tell me the ceiling on Bryce for sure. I like him more than Woo. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Sam suggesting that that's still too high for Cole. I mean,
maybe.
Something about like UCL and imaging on UCL and elbow and like all that is just like that conversation, not a doctor, is always precursor to TJ. Like that's how these conversations always start. And then it's like tear versus no tear. And then all of a sudden there's a partial.
But seeing no tear, that is such good news. That is such good news.
Yeah. The counter to it is you've put it to this. Now you rest it. He comes out for 2 starts and then it tears. Like that's the mindset. Don't put that out in the world though.
No.
Yeah. It's an interesting comp from T-Bear. I don't know if it's in reference to Logan Gilbert or if it's in reference to Garrett Cole, but I think I like the comp either way. Like what's best case scenario for him? Likes Darvish better?
Yeah, I don't know, man. You have got me drafting more Darvish than I normally would have, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Padres are interesting. That Cease trade got me like a little more bullish on just the team in general.
Let's talk about the landing spot for Cease in general. I think people's knee-jerk reaction is better park,
Better
better
team.
opportunity for wins, better team. Like Cease should be pushing up. This is a bullish thing for a guy in a contract year, that sort of thing, right?
It's
Or does he have one more
insanely
year of
bullish.
control?
I think 2 years.
Oh, okay, okay. Um, yeah, the counter to it is now you go from pitching against the worst division in baseball to pitching against the Dodgers at Colorado, like this sort of stuff. So walk me through your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just boils down to being on a better team
Yeah.
and being in a better park. To me, it's that simple. And I wish I had more Cease, but like you can't just like speculatively draft a guy because you think he's going to shift to an amazing landing spot. Um, yeah, being outside of the Chicago White Sox is such a huge boost for him. Like that, that's part of why I don't. I mean, the offense with the White Sox, I think, can hold their own. To be honest, I don't think you have to squint too hard to see that, but they are on a fast track to lottery.
We are on the clock here. Sorry,
Yes,
I effed up.
you're good.
Um, Bobby
Dude, I like
Miller.
Abrams. We could do Bobby Miller. Bobby Miller throws gas.
We did Abrams last time. I don't want to do Abrams again.
Okay, that's
I'm
fine.
not a huge Abrams guy. I'd
That's
rather
fine.
stack. I'd rather stack Bogarts with Manny. That
Okay.
was kind of my bro science thought process when we took Manny the first time.
Yep. I like that.
Yeah, we get a little bit behind at outfield, but there's some guys that I like. Um, the thought that I was having was with like a minor debate there is I think McLean with the oblique news being kind of bullish is pushing up and taking like TJ Friedel and McLean there as a mini stack would have felt kind of good too.
That would have been fun.
But I think we're pretty behind at we're not behind at pitcher, but I think adding the upside of Bobby Miller to this threesome is like now we got 3 ceiling arms.
Yep. Yeah, Bobby Miller is definitely a ceiling arm.
Rates and barrels. Eno was hyping up Glaber in a contract year, that sort of thing.
I like
Any
Glaber with
thoughts?
the when I got a stack with the Yankees like Julian does there, then Glaber feels really, really solid.
Yeah, with like Soto or Judge start.
Yeah. I was just gonna ask you, when you get 3 pitchers here, I would consider this like medium capital spent, and you've got your first 3 starters. How many pitchers are you targeting to end with here, and where would you prefer to take those remaining pitchers?
I think I end up doing 7 and I push it a little bit further than I should and I close with like SP in the last round. I've done it with 6, like doing like 6-7-7 builds and that sort of thing, but I don't know. I'm kind of gravitating towards 7 pitcher right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it also depends on the profile of the guys in which we add. Like if we add Lance Lynn to this in the 16th round, it's considerably different in my mind than, or like if you added like Evaldi, Lance Lynn, and Jordan Montgomery to this, I think we could stop at 6. But then the fact that Montgomery and Snell don't have teams right now makes you a little more like maybe this is a 7 pitcher team,
Yeah, I yeah. Do you think Snell is going to be an Angel?
Hope not. But kind of. I
Yeah.
no. Yeah. Like I hope not. But
They do dumb shit like that where they just like spend money because they have it, and then they don't actually complete the team building process.
Yep. We saw it at the trade deadline last year where they just, all right, we're going for it, and they were like 5 or 6 games back or whatever, and I was like, I'm in on it, but like this is probably not smart,
100%. 100%.
Dogman Chill saying Astros are a rumor for Snell now too.
Wow. That would make a lot of sense, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't believe in like Urquidy, France, and Javier and whatever being like, and Lance McCullers' health being that like back end spot.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, because you basically have 4 guys there that are 2 are on the IL, 2 are whatever competing for 2 spots. But
And
if
Hunter Brown
surely
is like, you can't even trust him.
that's fair. Yeah, so you basically have Frommer, who's the quality starts monster. Then you have a ceiling guy in Hunter Brown, and then you have a 40-year-old JV who's a little bit ahead of schedule.
But already dealing with an injury.
Yeah.
Snell makes a lot of sense for them. So does Gumby. But
yeah, Gumby might make more sense just because he'd be cheaper.
Yeah, the Rangers need Gumby, but they're being cheap.
Why aren't we drafting Dane Dunning? No.
He's one of those guys. I have like a whole bucket of these guys where like I don't draft them in best ball, but like I will fade offenses against them in dailies. Like that's where like I'll get like my exposure.
Yeah. The
Just
JP
I just
Sears
feel like
type.
he's quickly one of the like he could find himself out of the rotation once everybody's back and when all the money is won. I think pretty easily. If Malley, DeGrom, and Scherzer are back, and even if it's a 6-man rotation or those guys are getting like breaks,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I respect Dane Dunning, but I don't know that
Not viable for this pool.
Yeah, I don't know if the payoff is really worth it. Yeah, there it is. It's like
the payoff probably isn't worth it. You're right.
But the 20th round is getting more and more, shallow for all positions, really, as the field gets sharper.
Yeah, you just zig when everybody else zags, though, and just don't take the same guys as everyone else.
Or you got to pair different guys that people aren't pairing.
That's fair.
This is like a range where I think you can take whoever the hell you want, personally.
Well, funny you say that, Nez, because I feel that about every range of almost every draft.
I know
on
you
every.
do, but I'm giving you permission this time.
I was really hoping Morel came back. Morel's on the kind of like short list of my guys this year. Sanga, Bassett, Brown, Darvish. We're gonna get hung out to dry on outfield right now. You got any insight here?
I would need to hit the outfield button because I don't. Taylor Ward, I just saw him.
Yeah, Ward without Trout, you're fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay, Ward feels all right. I take no Sanga, but
No thanks. I think you could do Bassett if you wanted to. If you want to like get some decent innings, Steer with a good park.
You like Bassett more than Darvish?
Maybe that's an ADP thing, but you can take Darvish. That's your boy.
Take Bassett.
Okay.
Good ground ball guy. I was thinking, like Shota and Bassett there and Darvish feel kind of like good to me. Sawinski we do too much of. Steer, there's backstack potential, but for whatever reason, I rarely build out Reds when it's not with Ellie or McLean.
Yeah, I've started to do it a little bit more, but if you just hit the outfield button for a second, like there goes Jaron Duran. See ya. Like Kelnick's falling, Nootbaar's falling, Varsho's falling, Ruiz is whatever. O'Neill is like kind of iffy. Bryant, I can talk myself into. I like Verdugo probably like one of like Like I would damn near take Verdugo out of everybody above him at that point, and they're like 20 picks of separation there.
Yeah.
Gurriel, like whatever. Giancarlo, no. Outfield just sucks. Like that's why like I do so much of the outfielders that I do take, because I don't think that these guys are good bets. Personally, I don't know.
I like Ton.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm okay with Sawinski. Nootbaar, I was really in on, especially with the easy back St. Louis stack stuff. I was pretty in on that until the injury.
He falls so hard.
Mm-hmm. It's funny to watch the difference in a perfect game lobby with like guys that are A, probably watching this show, and B, super tapped in, comparative to the like guys just in the dinger that are just catching landmines left and right.
Yeah, the dinger lobbies right now are full of spring fever there. A lot of new faces in there. It's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. Sawinski's always like, I mean, you know, we've been playing the hits with the Pirates stuff. I made a tongue-in-cheek comment yesterday to Baseball on Twitter there where it's like, why can't the Pirates be the Reds of last year?
I don't disagree.
Right? And it's kind of like, you know, we're doing that. What was the equivalent of Reds and Cubs last year in the dinger the previous year? It was Baltimore, right? It was Baltimore with the late stack, Santander, Hayes, and Mountcastle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like, what's this year's cheeky back stack that we just keep falling into patterns with? And I think it's like that Sawinski, Hayes, Henry Davis, like just because it's cheap and you don't have to build it around Oatmeal Reynolds either.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was originally pretty down on the Pirates, but man, I've been really impressed by their prospects. Mainly like Jared Jones, who we don't have in here, but is like a lock, damn near a lock to crack the rotation before Paul Skeens does.
Okay.
And he also throws 101.
Ooh. Is that good?
Well, if it depends on who you ask. If you're talking to Keith Law, nope, it's not good unless you get ride and rise. No ride and rise, then 101 is just as bad as 89 down the pipe. and Bubba Chandler too is an awesome pitcher, up and coming. Like I didn't have a lot of faith in their ability to develop, but they came out and said publicly, like, we are spending more money. Like, we know for a fact, they're like, you can corroborate this, so we are spending more money on player development than anybody else. And I was like, okay, like, sure thing, bud. But so far these results are bearing out on that front. Now, like, you know, I'd love to see Termar Johnson be a real thing as well, but yeah, I'm surprised by how well things are looking in the farm.
They're ahead of schedule, and that's kind of what you like to buy in too.
Yeah. So we just need Davis to be good. We're cooking.
It's that little Yankees stack there.
What's the latest on Senga?
I don't know, but I don't like taking him.
That's fair.
We can look in a second. I think we need outfield help, and I think Ton is screaming at me.
Okay.
And I think taking Chris Bryant here and then introducing some back stacks feels good too.
Yeah, I think you're right.
What do you like more? You're just staring at Josh Naylor.
Yeah.
You can't take your eyes off Josh Naylor.
No, he's the best pick on the board, but get your outfield beefed up.
Rehab pace slowed 2 minutes ago. President of Baseball Operations. The will not begin a throwing program for another 7 to 10 days. So just more imaging and more waiting.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good for a team that doesn't even expect to compete.
Yeah. All right, do me a solid and filibust for 1 sec.
Okay. All right, folks. What do you think about John's team? Give us a rating in the chat, 1 through 10. But do it in the inverse, where like 10 is bad, 1 is good. So John thinks that everybody loves his team. And also tell me how many shares of Josh Naylor you guys have too, because I can't stop drafting Josh Naylor. And I think it's solely because the box score, when you expand him, looks like he's played a full season. Seeing some strong scores here. 5, 6, nice. 6-9. No Pirates. Yep. 5. No Pirates. 9. Yep. I know what you mean, Beast Burp. I know what you mean when you say that. 0. So, damn. Young Ahmed Rosario throwing some absolute smoke at you.
Mr. Good boy. All right. No Pirates, 9.
Yeah. Noah asking if we stay on for a dinger. Probably not, because we try to keep this under 2 hours. However, I'll let you know what the availability is tonight, because if Perfect Game is still up, maybe I'll do my last one tonight or something. I don't know. Well, I have to see, because I don't want to overstep on Sheep Sheets. Dark Sheep usually does a stream, but I know he's in Mexico. But we'll see. We'll keep you posted, Noah. We'll try to cook for the community. I'm telling you, man, Dinger is going to fill way before opening day, I think. I mean, it still has it's 75% full, I believe. 73% full. So there's still 23,000 entries left, but as soon as Perfect Game fills, like, everybody's going to funnel to the Dinger. Can't wait. Hayes goes for Naylor. Look at Wu-Tang, man. Look at him cook.
There you go. Talk Sam into Naylor.
Man, I hope
Shadow G's got 10%.
Naylor, then I'm hoping that I'm right.
Yeah, no, I this is a running theme with me with Nimmo, that I don't think he should lead off versus lefties, and he's an accumulator, not a power guy, and then Nimmo just shoves it down my throat every year and all the daily contests. It's just never DeMar DeRozan, never Brandon Nimmo, and I don't learn. So
you sure don't.
Kind of like last year, all Dinger season, I was like, why the hell would you take Nimmo when you can take Jeff McNeil in the last round instead? And boy, was I correct on that one.
I mean, dude, Nimmo can ball, but it's, you gotta have your bits, you gotta take your stances. I can't blame you.
Yeah. 23. Yeah. Never Pollard, Nimmo redacted. There you go. You guys were on it. Yeah, Nimmo had 23 tanks last year. I just let that one go.
I pretend I do not see it. He thinks Brandon Nimmo's Nico Horner.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's literally.
Maybe Nimmo should be hitting cleanup.
What's that lineup gonna look like? Lindor.
It falls off a cliff. It's gonna be Nimmo, Lindor,
Marte at 5.
Yeah, and then like Alvarez at 4 or 3, and between him and Polar Bear, and then Marte, and then McNeil. Carender wants to know what our Instagram is. So we don't have a brand.
Can't find us, dude.
You can follow me on IG. I'll give you the all handle there. There it is in the chat. I'm not usually posting fantasy stuff there, but you can still follow it. Separation of church and state.
Yeah.
John, you're gonna have to help me. Whenever I was opening some cards the other day, I don't know if you open up cards, but Topps does this like, you call your shot and try to guess when a player's gonna hit a homer. And I've got a Randy and a Jazz. So when the time comes, we got to call our shots there.
Okay, so how does that work? So you have to call your shot by like you do it online or something like that because you're the owner of the card?
No, you have to like specifically pull one of these. There's a code that you scratch off and enter, and then you try to predict when those players will hit a home run. And if you're right, then you can get entered to go to the home run derby. But like you don't win anything just for getting it right, which is insane.
Oh, I guess so. They're okay. Oh shit, we're back up again here.
Whoa.
Isak Paredes just is always my guy. We could scroll down for Bryce and
I take Bryce here, man, but this is your pick.
Okay, let's take Isak and Bryce. I mean, I think we might be able to wait one more. Maybe not.
I don't think
you
so.
like Bryce? You like Bryce more than Evaldi? I think I like Evaldi more than Bryce.
Okay, that's probably
I think also just given the archetype of this rotation, although Bassett is kind of like a stable innings eater guy, let's take Evaldi. Okay. I really like Bryce and I like the ceiling of Bryce, but I think we can chase some ceiling. I think we need a little more stable innings when we have Snell.
Probably right. Karen has been a member for 5 minutes and is in love with the product, folks. If this isn't the biggest endorsement I've ever seen for a $5 a month membership, I don't know. I can't help you.
There you go. Differentials got you there. Take Randy when they're playing the Yankees.
Easy money. Oh yeah, you already know. You already know.
I like that.
I gained a little CLV on that Hayes MVP.
Okay. What is it now?
I got it at 18,000, and I think now it's 14,000. Take that, haters.
Oh man.
Imagine thinking that was a bad bet.
Crazy. I remember for everyone who doesn't know, when we were there for the ship chasing party in September there, Nez and I running to the sports book before the game started to get Brian Hayes home run, anytime home run bet in before we were sprinted to the sports book.
We gotta get it, and then we did the money line, and then did we say Mitch K's or something too?
Yeah, Mitch Keller K's versus the Braves. What a fucking dumb bet that was.
Oh my
Went in
God.
Rome, man.
That was the best. That was so worth it. Yeah, let's see if it's moved at all since the last time I checked. Oh yeah, it's great.
Oh, Dogman Chill asking what the guilty pleasure trash TV is. He's a Love Is Blind guy.
Love Is Blind has been fire.
Yeah, I'm not a trash TV guy.
It's premium trash if you're ever so inclined. It's great trash.
She can't stand me when you watch something that's not like. She makes fun of me because like she says everything's like a 10 out of 10, right? She'll be like, she'll put on like a Liam Neeson movie and it's like a clear 5 where you already know the plot before it is. And she'll be like, fucking 10 out of 10 and like just trolls my ass, right? Because I'm the guy who's like, if it hasn't won awards, if it's not like that, I'm not.
Oh, you're the cinephile? You're the snob?
Yeah. If like I'm the snob because it's like, if it's not worth my time, I'll just put sports on or I'll do something else. So I won't get caught up in like trash TV. So when I go to play hockey, Nikki's so excited because she's like, here we go. It's smut TV night. Me and the dog. Like she calls it smut TV for the trash TV. And that's when she watches like all that crap because I am incessant peanut gallery just chirping the whole time if I'm around when she's watching something like that. So I'm a no smut guy.
Yeah, we've been trying some different shows too. They're not like bad shows, but like anytime that there's just like a moment of like poor writing, it really, really grinds my gears. Really
Yeah.
grinds my gears. Like we weren't watching True Detective together, but I was watching the latest True Detective season, and I don't know if you've
Mhm.
seen any commentary on it, but it's like regarded as one of like the worst seasons of TV ever put out. And I don't think it's that bad, but
Okay.
what I can't stand is like there was like some scientists on the show, and they were like, we found something in the ice that could change the world. Like, what? How? Like tell me
Yeah.
what the fuck you're talking about. Like it could change the world. That's how scientists talk. Yeah, they found something in the ice from prehistoric times that could change the world. And it was, oh god, dude, it was so stupid. It was so stupid. I
Oh
know that there's
man.
some True Detective people in here.
Des, we got 555 right now.
Nice.
Uh, we are really thin on outfield prospects. Even Henry Davis is gone already. We got dusty pitchers staring us that are injured in the face here. I'm low key inclined to take JV here, but the setback is kind of scary.
God, man.
Lance Lynn, if we don't want to live at all.
I like Julianne.
Let's take McMahon for the stack. He was
Okay.
one in my mind that I wanted to do the McMahon Bryant thing when we did it. What do you think about Siri? Is it too soon for him? Or Wu or Lin?
Maybe Woo. Is my boy Christopher Sanchez still here?
Nope.
R.I.P. Do Woo.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Joe Boyle?
I don't think so.
He's a
Joe Boyle.
he's a young starter for the Athletics.
Okay.
I'm not certain that he's good, but he's got a pretty good fastball. But he has like major control issues, which is just like par for the course with the A's. It feels like, but he's probably going to make the rotation.
Okay. I mean, I'm probably not taking him here, but
I mean,
I'm not opposed to the
yeah.
idea of him.
And what else is interesting is he's got in last season 84 innings in Double-A, 4.5 ERA, which like isn't great. And then he made
Was it the PCL though? It's probably PCL.
I'm not sure. So this is when he was on the Reds, and then he got traded to Oakland.
Okay.
And in 6 starts for Oakland in the minors, he had like a 2 ERA. And then they brought him up for 3 starts, and he threw 16 innings with a 1.69 ERA. But there were some like control issues in those starts. But he's someone to keep an eye on for sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure what his walk percentage. It's 18% in spring. That's not like ideal. If that's true. Yeah. You don't love that.
Taj Bradley had something happen, didn't he? Interesting. Wu-Tang took him there. I saw something yesterday.
I should know that. I do. I feel like I remember
Pectoral
seeing that.
pectoral strain out 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. How does he talk? Interesting. Guessing it was the throwing side.
You guys are all in on
Shogun.
Shogun.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've heard that's really really good. It's like a like a samurai type show, but I've only heard great things.
All right. Maybe that's the next one. We watch Slow Horses. That's what we watched when Pete
Slow
recommended.
horses.
Yeah, Pete recommended it in newsletter, PO Box. I don't know why I was blanking on the name. And yeah, he recommended it a couple weeks ago, and then we watched it. It's like British. It was good though. I really liked it.
I can't stand the Brits.
Actually, we had some. Speaking of the smut TV and stuff, we had some British friends here. I guess 2 weeks ago, and kind of did some like tourism in our own city with them, kind of thing. And they turned us onto this show called Love or Naked Attraction. Have you heard of this?
No.
It's a it's a full frontal nudity show where they put these people, like 5 people, and then you have to choose who you want to date or whatever it is, and they like have like a cover that slowly goes up, so you see like their ankles first, then you see their shins, then you see their knees, then whatever, and you have to progressively eliminate people before when you're attracted to them or whatever.
So like they're like fully naked?
Yeah. And
what?
then at the end of the show, the like sometimes it's a man, sometimes it's a woman, and then when you pick them, yeah, I don't know. It's bizarre, dude.
I need to look into this.
Yeah, just look it up. It's called, and then so when you pick someone at the end, you have to strip naked and like you walk off together.
What the fuck?
Yeah, man.
This is nuts.
And it's like network TV in like Britain, because like after 9 p.m. in like the
I would
UK,
hope
TV's just like you're allowed to just do that. It's
do
like
they
HBO
do they
all
just
the
show
time.
that stuff in
Yeah.
Britain?
Yeah, I guess.
That is insane.
It was pretty funny when they were describing the show to me. They're like, only, yeah, there you go. Dusty's insane show only watched 1 episode.
If you're watching that, you need to watch Love is Blind.
So far.
Love is Blind has just some incredible drama to it.
I didn't watch it. They were just telling me about
it.
Okay. They just showed it to me. So rude.
Show a little nipple on TV, would you?
Oh shit, we gotta start thinking about who to pick here before this team is totally awful. Not great right now.
What do you need?
We got 665. I think it's gonna be 767. Maybe we could sneak another infielder in here. I was thinking of stacking Colorado and Tampa Bay and taking like Siri and McMahon. Or sorry, Siri and Blackman or something like that. It's not the sexiest thing in the world. It's a total condom play.
I don't think Siri's a condom play at all. I think Siri's like the opposite of that. Like
Right.
I don't do Jose Siri just because I have my limits as far as K rates go, and 35 is that for me. Like that's crazy. That dude is just trying to murder the baseball every time.
Okay, we could do, Rafaela might make the opening day roster and play center field.
Yeah, dude. When I did that show with Sheep and Jared, aka Jay Baconator, he gave some endorsement for Sedan.
Okay, let's take Sedan then, and he stacks with Tyler O'Neill. That's kind of fun. I don't know. We got Wallner and Julian here if we want to play the hits. What do you like?
You can live a little with Sedan, little stack there.
Okay, and then Wallner, SP, Siri.
What about Flaherty? Any love for him?
Sure. I kind of like Sears more, but
well, go ahead. I'm cool. I like Sears too.
Let's do Sears.
Cool. Yeah, I think seven pitchers is good for this build, and then I would probably finish with an outfield, but we'll see who's there.
Yeah, I think we should probably finish outfield too, but I guess when you do like the anchor Acuna,
that's a good point, man. because I mean, we have Acuna, Springer, Ward, O'Neill,
then Chris Bryant and Rafaela.
Yeah, I guess like what are we drafting there? Like who's more likely to crack a flex spot? A seventh infielder or seventh outfielder?
Let's speak candidly here of like what you would do if you're drafting on your own with this team. Actually, it's probably easier to look at like this. I think we both agree we're done at pitcher. Snell, Grayson, Bobby Miller, Bassett, Evaldi, Wu, and Sears.
Yep.
Done at pitcher.
Yep.
That's a very us staff, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, time will tell.
Yeah. JT Realmuto was always like a fallback stack for me with Turner, but he went like way ahead in this draft. He went like,
really?
Yeah, he went. I saw him go on the right hand side of the board and made a mental note of it. He went, not way ahead, but round 18 to Dusty there. But he has the front end start of Schwarber or Harper. Yeah, Schwarber. There you go.
Woo, just speaking your language here in the chat.
What did you got?
Scroll the F down play to finish a stack.
That's how our day started today, was me saying, is that a Brendan Rodgers hat to Nez? That's how our stream started behind closed doors. Oh, man. That's interesting. Dogman Chill saying he's been making Acuna team's 5 outfielder. That's good.
I don't hate it.
Differential saying Doyle over Blackman. I've been hearing similar.
Doyle will play a ton just because the glove.
Yeah. Noah said earlier that we won the NBA, then now we lost. Then we got the 101, and we were going to draft the winner, and he has to retract his statement based on this team. That's funny.
I didn't realize Doyle's having a decent spring there.
Yeah, I think he's going to play everyday center field, and no more Garrett Hampson, and yeah.
Doyle.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one. The other one's Bouchard too. Like he could be the guy he's got more pop.
Yeah, Doyle's on base percentage is greater than his slugging percentage in spring, which is funny.
Differential's got a really good point here. You play for the unknown and the upside of Doyle comparative to like, we know what Blackman is.
I need to look up more about this Sean Bouchard.
Well, remember when we were looking at the initial bat projections and he had the highest WRC plus projection on Colorado?
Yep.
And we were like, what the fuck are we missing here?
Yeah, he's kind of like I think he's still a rookie. Or no, he played, it's weird. He played 97 games in 22.
Yep.
And in those 97, no, I'm sorry. I apologize. 97 plate appearances. 27 games, but in those 97 plate appearances, he walked 20% of the time. Struck out 25%, but walked 20% of the time with a 500 slug.
Wow.
And then they were like, you know what? Like you need to play in AAA. Maybe he was hurt. And then he comes up and he slugs 684 in 2023. Dude, we should be taking him more.
Okay.
Every time we talk about him.
Yeah, we do talk about him.
Damn, dude.
Is this a Bouchard team?
I mean, what's he? He's a catcher, right? Or he's outfield. He's outfield. Sorry.
Outfield, yeah.
Dude, who was standing in this dude's way of playing time? Chris Bryant's playing first base.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But Bouchard is he an outfield in this for us? Or
yeah, he is. I'm like 98% sure.
Man, the more I think about this,
Rockies management. That's been the answer
he's
forever.
An infield on here. That was part of the problem.
Oh, is he?
Which is weird. Joey, I thought he was like. I was like, is he a catcher?
Dude, so did I. No, I thought he was. Oh yeah, never mind. That's why.
Like,
all right.
Dogman chill. Who's standing in his way? Rockies management.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think?
Junior to stack with Paredes, and you just shoot the moon.
I love
on
Junior.
that. Yeah. I mean, even if he's not up to start, he's coming, right?
He's going to be up this season. He's far too good to be kept out of the majors.
Yeah. The other one that I was gonna float your way was, I always fall for Cronenworth. Oh, damn, the fetching draft thing again.
Rip.
That was our fourth perfect game. We got almost 40 dingers. We got 39 dingers. We got another 20 or so in slow draft hell right now.
Oh,
because
buddy.
The clock just switched from 8-hour to...
That's how you know. Like,
yeah.
Forget pitchers and catchers. Forget spring training. Forget the weather getting nice. You know when baseball is coming when your slow drafts go to 4 hours, man. Then, you could really feel it.
Junior has a chance to not make it up, like just in general. I don't think that's.
I think he's already been optioned to.
No, yeah, he's already in minor camp now. Yeah, he's been optioned. He's not going to make opening day. I just mean like he's up this year no matter what.
Oh yeah, dude. He's.
Yeah, he meant
Listen,
this season.
Man. Yeah, he's got. Yeah. No. Junior, like this is
he's
a hot
fourth
take.
Best hitter.
Yeah. Dude, it's a hot take, but I like him more than I like Churio as a hitter.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think that's that hot.
Depends on who you ask, I guess. But
I guess,
dude, like Caminero has so much power.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's what I love.
Yeah, Dusty saying this that the Refsnyder's hurt, so the Rafaela stuff. The other one I'll add there is Abreu was who he was competing with for the center field because they kind of the left field job. I think they've just put in Duran, and then they're gonna play Yoshida at DH. They're gonna play Ton in right field. That's what it sounds like. And then it was Abreu, Refsnyder as a platoon option, and Rafaela as like kind of like a competition. Abreu's like 0 for 15 this spring or something.
Willier Abreu?
Yeah. He's 0 for 15 with 8 strikeouts.
Man, that the Yoshida signing does not look good for them.
Just because he can't play the outfield and he's just like taking the DH spot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like like you're paying him almost $20 million a year to DH, and he's a lefty in Fenway with no power. Why? What's the point?
Yeah, that's fair, man.
And he's 30. Yeesh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I don't know, man. The Red Sox have not made smart moves in the last 5 years.
Yeah, the Story one.
I mean, I guess time will tell on Story, but I mean, the Betts trade is like a no duh.
Yeah, the Betts trade was the worst thing ever.
Fenway Sports Group, man, just building up equity for their shareholders. That's all they do.
All right, let's have a bow on this perfect game and call it a weekend. As here, we got some hoops to be drafting here. It's 2:00 for me. We finished with a 7-7-6, 7 pitcher, 7 infielder, 6 outfielder. Snell, Grayson, Bobby Miller, Bassett, Evaldi, Wu, Sears, very us pitching staff. Vlad, Turner, Machado, Bogarts, Paredes, McMahon, Jr., Camillario. That is a Caminero. Fuck, I knew I was gonna do it on one name.
Obviously.
Caminero. That's a really fun infield to me. And then Acuna, Springer, Ward, Ton, Chris Bryant, and Rafaela to close. What do you think about this one, guys?
I love this team. I really do.
Wow.
This is a collection of players that I don't typically draft, but I think when you have Acuna, you just kind of treat him as 1.5 outfielders. And, we say, screw the craze. We're just going to take good baseball players there, which we did. Like, you take this, if you had this outfield last season, you'd be like over the moon, other than Raffaello, because like he was not up. But like, these are all, there's a lot of flop lag here. So love this. Infield, we got 3 studs and then 4 other guys to like, crush the flex with. And then, 7 pitchers with 3 really good ones to start. I think we did a good job construction-wise with this team. I think you can be happy about this.
How do you feel about unstacked Acuna? Like, just in general.
I love it. I think you can make cases for both ways, where like he is so good that like you don't need to stack him because he doesn't need the stack to do well, to perform well.
Right.
Like take Acuna and just let him just be this like absolute wild card on your team. I thought about this. And then like go and stack up other teams that other people are not necessarily like pairing. I think that is like a really unique way to play Acuna. Obviously, you can just stack the best team in baseball and, also probably fare well. But I do wonder if we are underrating how much people are building around Acuna with fellow teammates. I don't know.
It's hard. It's hard because Olsen and Riley never come back, and they're the guys who will hit right behind him. There's a chance that either Harris or Albies hits second, but like taking Harris or Albies over Vlad and Turner just feels so bad. Like
it does
on the surface, right?
It does.
Yeah.
For sure. So I've been leaning more towards like, what if you just like let this guy be a stud on his own, and then you go and try to attack the undervalued team elsewhere? I don't know. That could be like a really bad way to think about it, but sort of where I'm at.
Then like with your last couple picks, like even if you take Sean Murphy or something like that, or like Darno or something, like you would take Murphy, but Murphy was a super good hitter in the front end of last year, and once he kind of got the injury and stuff was bad in the back half. But like it feels weird because the correlation on like a week to week basis of like Sean Murphy with him, you might only get 5 games from Sean Murphy and he'll probably hit 5th or 6th. Like that might not even drive in Acuna. There might not even be positive correlation. You may as well just have someone else on another team.
Yeah, low key.
Yeah, the only other, I mean, maybe Harris is better if he hits 9 because then they're tethered together. I mean, not better than hitting second, but like, and better than hitting 7th kind of thing. I don't know. It's interesting because like stacking Acuna from that side of the board it's kind of got your head in a pretzel a little bit, because you have to push up 2 guys way over their ADPs to put all 3 in a row, and it makes your team feel weak to me. I don't know.
I agree. I think that's a bridge too far.
All right, let's tie a bow on it, Nez. Thanks everybody hanging out. We still got 50 some odd of us hanging all the way through to the bitter end. Please hit that like, that notification, that subscribe before you go out the door. Best of luck to everybody in the hoops streets today. Keep drafting these dingers over the weekend. Nez may or may not be back tonight.
We'll see. Perfect game is chugging along. We'll see how I'm feeling, what I'm doing tonight. If I got nothing going on, maybe we'll draft a perfect game behind the paywall.
Sounds good, man. Any other parting words for the people?
No. Best of luck in the hoop streets, though. I'll be in there as well.
Love it. Likewise. All right. See you guys in the lobby in a minute here. Everybody's favorite time of the show. The end. Thanks.